I just wanted to give you a little peek at what's going on. It's only been 3 days since I started my seeds. These are my flower seeds. I'm going to take this cover off. So over here on this side, this was the geraniums, and I have little sprouts. So I have one here, here, and in the very back I have another one there that's poking through. And then these were the dahlias. I have 1, 2, 3 poking through here as well. And that is only, we're on day 3. Yeah, so that's super exciting. Hi, welcome to Caribou Country Lifestyle. My name is Cheryl. I started those seeds 3 days ago, and it was funny because I get 2 different ways to start my seeds sometimes. I printed off a guide, a planting guide by Bessie's. And in there, it was telling me to have my geranium seeds in total darkness. And I actually didn't notice that information. But on the back of the package, which I got these from Lindenberg, on the back of the package, it does not tell you to do that at all. And I put it like I did the part where you have the heat mat underneath the trays, but I didn't have them in total darkness and they still sprouted. So that kind of shows you that, you know, it definitely take that information and use it. And if it works, great. And if it doesn't, then try something else. Whereas I had one source of information from Bessie's, and on the back of the seed package, I had another source of information on the back of the seed package. Now, on the back of the seed package, it will say, it has here, where did I see that? Oh, here. At the 4-leaf stage, that's when you would transplant that plant into a bigger pot. So I'll keep my eye out for that. I also, once I realized that they had sprouted, I wrote that in my book because I planted these on February the 1st. And then I put in the book that February the 4th, that the seed sprouted, so I put that for the orange geranium, and I also put that for the dahlia as well. I haven't seen anything else that has sprouted since. I've checked out all the other seeds, haven't seen anything that has sprouted, so that's what I like to do. And if I looked back to previous years of starting geraniums, it would probably tell me so back in 2023 I started geranium seeds February the 25th, and they were still the same series. It was still a Maverick, but this one that I started was a salmon color. And I covered the seeds lightly, I put the bottom heat on it, and then I covered them in total darkness. So obviously I was following the Bessie's information, and until they germinate. Then provide light, and I planted them on February 25th, and they didn't actually sprout until March the 1st. So that would have been 4 days. So pretty comparable, really. Either way, it still worked. I just thought that was interesting that I didn't provide them with the total darkness and it still worked. So that was little information I just wanted to show you that I thought was super great. So my onions, there's nothing there, nothing on the rosemary either, but those ones, it said that the rosemary is going to take 14 to 28 days, so I'm not really expecting anything from those. On the other hand, garlic chives, earliest 7 days, and then the onions could be anywhere from 10 days to 2 weeks. So again, will not be expecting anything too soon, but it's just exciting to be able to check these things out and know that it does work. So yay! And as I'm following the phases of the moon, the next one will be this right now we're in the full moon to the last quarter. The next one will be the last quarter to the new moon, and that is from February the 9th to February the 17th. And in that time, I'm going to be ordering my new seeds through Lindenberg, and also I will be getting out my paper and designing my garden for the 2026 growing season. So that's exciting that we're going to be able to be doing that, getting that organized and put in place. So super short video. I also realized that I was supposed to plant my mint, and so I'm going to be planting my mint today. I will be planting it in that tray where I have the geranium and the dahlias. And with mint, you don't cover the seeds, so I'm just going to do them in a 4-cell and plant that and see what I can come up with. And with mint, that is something that you definitely do not want to be putting in your garden with your other plants. Mint is very invasive and it will take over your area. So what you can do to prevent that from happening is you could plant it into a plastic pot and sink it into the ground in the pot. That way then it doesn't spread and take over into your garden. Or you can just plant it into a nice pot, have it out on your deck, up by your front door as well. That way you don't have to worry about it taking over. That's usually what I do. But I was thinking I might try both and have some in a pot on my deck and also sink a plant into a pot in the ground and see if it actually does take over. I'd like to try that and kind of experiment with that as well. So just a short little video today. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, put a like in there. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for joining me, and we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.